Remember, guys, we got a lot of unreleased content coming into the game soon, so if you need to stock up with some GTA cash, use G2A with the link in the description and use code BOSS for an extra discount. Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm doing another Q&A video where I take your questions from Twitter and I answer them all in this video. So today's Q&A question is obviously going to be heavily dominated by the DLC we just received, which was Grand Theft Auto Online Bikers. We also have a ton of questions about what's coming up next, a lot of the unreleased content and the future as far as what we'll see in 2016. So it's going to be a pretty great Q&A. If you guys go on to enjoy, be sure to drop this video a like. And if you want to be featured in the next Q&A, go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and use the hashtag AskBoss whenever I'm looking for Q&A questions. But without the way, let's not waste any more time and let's jump straight into it. All right, so by far the biggest question that many of you guys were asking me was, when do you think the hidden content will come? When do you think the unreleased motorcycles will be added into online? When do you think the unreleased content is going to be coming? Do you think the vehicles will arrive week by week? Do you think we'll get vehicles in just a couple days? That was obviously the biggest question. And today, what I'm going to be doing is kind of a recap and expecting when I believe we're going to see that content. So there's 8 unreleased new vehicles and there's 3 brand new adversary modes. So if I had to take a wild guess, and this is of course just going to be my guess, and I'll give you guys my other predictions as well, I think that starting on Tuesday, which of course is just in 2 days, we're going to see 3 vehicles in an adversary mode. So it might be something along the lines of like the Esky, the Demon, the Raptor, and we have a new adversary mode called Kill Quota. So I'm expecting that one to maybe be released then. Maybe then the week after that would be like the 18th or something like that. That would be maybe the futuristic vehicles and the futuristic adversary mode. So the Shotaro Tron bike, the Vortex alien bike, maybe the Tornado, as well as the Deadline adversary mode. And then maybe sometime close to Halloween on the 25th, we would see more of the Halloween style vehicles. The Scooby-Doo van, which is of course is the Yuga Classic, and then the Sanctus, and of course the new adversary mode, Lost versus Damned. Now that adversary mode, Lost versus Damned, is what Angels versus Demons was. Lost v Damned is the official name for it. So that's my expectations, that over the next 3 weeks, that being the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th, we will all receive content that's going to be activated via the tunables, and that's how Rockstar is going to end up adding this into the game. Although they might skip this upcoming Tuesday, they might release some content on the 18th, and then in the month of November, release maybe the futuristic Deadline adversary mode. We don't know. That's simply my best guess. But at the end of the day, it's 8 new vehicles and it's 3 new adversary modes. That's the biggest part of this update that's going to be coming out. And just based on Rockstar's history, that's kind of how they do things. They release 2 or 3 vehicles at a time, and likely with each update, they'll supply another adversary mode as well. There's a lot of unreleased content, and a lot of people are believing that Rockstar is going to spread this out, but some people, kind of like myself, believe that this might be packaged all within the month of October, which would be crazy because it would just be an action-packed month that I know a lot of you guys would really, really enjoy. So that's kind of my prediction. Lots of unreleased stuff. Do we know exactly when it's going to be coming out? No, but I would imagine Rockstar are going to spread it out equally and not just dump all 8 vehicles and adversary modes on us at once. I don't think that would make sense for them, and it certainly wouldn't make sense for us either. Let's stay on the idea of Halloween content. We've got a few more questions. This next one comes from GTA Princess, who tweets at me, do you think the special Halloween weather will only be for a limited time, or will it stay for good? So I actually have some bad news regarding this cool new weather. So I've actually talked about this and shown this off in previous videos, and I'll show you guys kind of what it looks like right now. Here's what it looks like in the daytime, which it doesn't really have like an impact during the day. From what I've seen in this photo, it just makes things kind of bright, like unnormally bright. But then at nighttime, it kind of makes things like orangey green, kind of like out of like a really scary movie. Now, unfortunately, and according to FunMW2, that weather is only going to be available during the adversary mode Lost v Damned, which of course is code for Angels versus Demons. So I think that it's going to be very similar to what happened last year in the Halloween DLC, where Rockstar added the blackout weather pattern, and we all thought that the blackout was going to be in free mode, but it only happened in a couple of the adversary modes, which was Slasher. So again, they add that really cool weather pattern in the game, and they don't allow us to really utilize it outside of the adversary modes, and it looks like it is going to be locked to that Lost versus Damned adversary mode, which is unfortunate because I think they could do some pretty cool stuff for Halloween. Like, you've got that crazy weather. We've talked about the idea of having like a Halloween purge where all the businesses are shut down, all the emergency services are shut down, so there's no cops or anything like that. That would be so cool just for one night. But I don't think Rockstar is going to do it. They might surprise us, but I don't think they will. And the fact that this weather looks to be locked in the adversary mode is another sign that it isn't going to be anything like it, which again is very, very unfortunate. This next question comes from Ty Fergie, who tweets at me, do you think Rockstar will bring back everything from last year's Halloween surprise? I do, Tyler. I think that's very easy for them. All they have to do is flip a switch and all that content is back into the game. So if they do, we'll likely see all the clothing, all the masks. We'll see the Albany Frankenstein and the Lurcher, which is great because that will allow many of you guys who might have missed that update or new to Grand Theft Auto Online to enjoy some cool Halloween content. And we obviously know that the Sanctus is going to be coming as well. Obviously the new adversary mode, the Halloween weather. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming in this Halloween update. I would be very shocked if they do not, because it is so easy for them to do. And it's also another opportunity for them to make money because people will likely buy that content and they don't have to work anymore because it's already in the game. Our next question comes from Jack Dawson, who tweets at me, do you think the unreleased bike prices are a bit overpriced? So Jack, I think to some degree they are, but you also have to realize where Rockstar is justifying the prices of those bikes. So the only two that I feel are really expensive are the Sanctus and the Shotaro. The Sanctus is the Halloween chopper bike, and it is $2 million. And obviously, we know the reason why it's $2 million. It's got a skull on the front. It has glowing red eyes. It has a bunch of unique customization that's not seen on any other vehicle in the game. So that's where Rockstar is going to justify that price. And as far as the Shotaro goes, it's unique. It's a Tron bike. We all know that. It's going to be the fastest and best performing bike in the game. And it also has unique customization because it glows in the dark. So not only are you getting a performance bonus or the better performance, you're also getting unique customization option. And the combination of that means that the bike is going to be expensive. So do I think they're a bit overpriced in general? Yes. $2 million, $2.3 million. That's a lot of money. But you also have to realize they're not ripping you off. They're giving you really cool pieces of content, and the other stuff isn't expensive either. You know, the Yuga Classic is under 200,000. Some of the bikes are under 300 to 400,000. So they're not cheap by any regards, which is why I gave you guys that warning to save up your money. But at the end of the day, they're also not overly expensive for not doing anything. These bikes are going to have a ton of cool features, whether it be performance or customization, that in my opinion are ultimately going to make them worth it. We have another Halloween question from IDK My Name 196, who says, do you think it's a good idea to put clown outfits for the Halloween DLC? I think something like that is cool. I wish Rockstar added more like creepy and scary, like full outfits and costumes. But I don't know, man. With the clown epidemic that's going on right now, that might not be the best idea. For those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, like for whatever reason, there are like people that dress up as clowns and are like going out and scaring people and doing some really weird stuff. So maybe that would not be the best timing. Although I do think like full outfits and costumes other than just masks and clothing would be really, really fun in online. So I'd actually like to see that a lot. This next question comes from GTA 5 Daily, who tweets at me, do you think we'll have any more big DLCs this year? GTA 5 Daily, I think we've got one more big DLC, and I think that's going to be coming out in December. I think that's going to come out in early to middle December, and I think it's going to have to do with whatever Rockstar mentioned on the newswire when they teased Grand Theft Auto Online Bikers, the high-level, high-risk, high-reward, vehicle-based business venture thing. Not really sure what that is. To me, it sounds like importing and exporting like super high-end cars, like supercars. So that could be pretty cool, and obviously I think we're going to look forward to that. And I do believe that's going to be the next DLC, and I think that's going to be coming out in December. It makes sense because Rockstar could then package that update with some cool new Christmas content. This next question comes from Aravalo Nick, who tweets at me, which do you like more, being a biker gang boss or being a CEO? So I like them both. I think that each system has its pros and its cons. I've made a whole dedicated video to this, so I'm not going to go on to it for too long. Obviously, with the CEO stuff, you make more money, but I kind of like doing the biker stuff more because you have more people. You can have 8 biker members helping you out as compared to just just you and 3 associates. The missions don't seem to be as mundane. They always seem to be pretty fun and enjoyable. But at the end of the day, you are making more money as a CEO. And doing them in tandem or together actually is the best way to go about doing them. Like I said, I made a whole video, so I'm not going to harp on it too long. But if you want to make money, do the CEO stuff. In my opinion, if you want to have more fun with friends or crew members, the biker stuff is probably more up your alley. Up next, we have a question from Kevin who says, what was more disappointing, no sixth garage or the fact the motorbike mechanic does the same work as LSC? Personally, for me, since this biker update was all about bikers, I think I was more disappointed that there wasn't like some unique customization that the mechanic was able to do. But as far as future update goes, I'm more worried about the fact that Rockstar is never going to add a sixth garage. I don't know if they're like allergic to the fact that they can't add a sixth garage or they don't have the ability to add one in the game, but it's just kind of scary. It's like there have been like 4 or 5 updates in a row and we have not gotten a 6th property. So the clubhouse helped, but the fact that it can only store bikes, once again, only really helps us with the new DLC content, and it only helps us so much because there's like 15 or 16 new bikes that came within this update, and there's even going to be new cars that are added with the Unreleased content as well, which will obviously need more garage space to store those. So I don't know. I'm disappointed in both. I think that's got to be a tie, man, because there's just so many cons to not having a 6th garage, and it's also disappointing that the mechanic doesn't really do anything special either. All right, and our final question today comes from Darren, who says, Yan said there was lots more things that hasn't been leaked yet. What do you think he meant? So I think he meant that there's just a lot of stuff in the files. Obviously, we're figuring out all the details about the vehicles and the adversary mode, but who knows what sort of impact all the changes Rockstar made in Grand Theft Auto Online Bikers, as we've already kind of discovered some of them are good, some of them are bad. A lot of the things have like broken so many big aspects of the game, but I don't know. Maybe Rockstar have added things in this update that will hint towards future updates. Kind of similar how like the biker scripts were added in Cunning Stunts, and that kind of hinted at what they were going to be doing next. Maybe something like that is also in this update, and no one's just discovered it yet and is keeping it a secret. I don't know. That's a good question, Darren. Hopefully we'll find out some more information about that soon. But anyways, that's all the questions that we're going to be answering in this week's Q&A video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. As always, if you want to get involved in the next one, all you have to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and use the hashtag AskBoss whenever I'm looking for Q&A questions, and you might find yourself featured in the next video. If you did go on to enjoy this one, though, drop a like. That would be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. I will be live streaming in a little bit. We're going to be having some fun today. We're going to be making some money in online. So stay tuned for that. Should be lots of fun. But of course, without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.